All right. Okay, Shantae, I see you. I hope it don't start delaying again. I don't know what's going on. This ain't that but the enemy. He don't want her to get this word out. And don't want nobody to get no help. So we're just gonna wait for Miss Midnight to come back on. Hi Trish. You welcome. Yeah, all this other time we've been going live, we ain't never had no delay like that. Never. Okay. Now. You welcome. Okay, let's see. All this other time we've been going live, we ain't never had no. Yeah, let me see for a second. Let me see what's going on. Give me a second. Uh, okay, Miss Midnight, I'm gonna put mine on mute, and hopefully it won't do the delay. I don't know what's going on with it, but hopefully it won't do the delay. And I'll let you go ahead with Trisha, the question that she was asking you about the depression, her eating and stuff like that. I think you can. You remember the question she asked you?
No, I don't really remember the question.
Hopefully it won't do the delay. I don't know what's going on with it, but hopefully it won't do the delay. And I'll let you go ahead with Trisha. It's like every time when you put your you about your mic on, then it started delaying it. Can you remember the question? I don't know what's going on.
What about now? Is there anything going on?
Okay, I think. Remember the question. It won't do the delay. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's still delaying it. It's delaying. It's like every time when you put your let's see. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Okay, now Miss Midnight, you can go ahead. I think the question was about Trish, can you ask your question again, hon? Because I'm sorry, we trying to get this delay. It ain't nothing but the enemy. Don't want nobody to get help tonight. We trying to get this delay out of here. But can you ask her your question again, Trisha? Everybody else should be coming back in after a while. I think the question was about Trish, can you ask your question again? Hold on, y'all. Sorry, we trying to get this delay. My settings. It ain't nothing but the enemy. Don't want nobody to get help tonight. We're trying to get this delay out of here. But can you answer your question again, Trisha? Everybody else should be coming back in. Wow. I think the question was about Trish, can you ask your question again? Hold on, y'all. We're trying to get this delay. It ain't nothing but the enemy. Don't want nobody to get help tonight. We're trying to get this delay. Miss Midnight, this is what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove you, and can you come back in?
Yes. Why don't we try that?
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, Trisha. I got your question up there. I appreciate it, hon. I'm just gonna wait for Miss Midnight to come back on because that's what it was. I think it was her side. I don't know why is it doing because while I'm talking now, like it's not even doing none of this stuff. So we're gonna try to let her come back on in. Let's see.
Hopefully she'll come back in just a second, y'all. Now, y'all, if y'all have any questions or you want to invite anybody to come on, invite them. Y'all, I'm sorry about the delay. I think it's gonna be on her end, but we just gonna wait till she come back on. Let's see here. Okay, there she go. Okay. I think it was on your end. It's like when I was on there, like I didn't hear no echo, but when you came, so hopefully everything is okay now. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. But Trisha was asking you a question. She said she suffered from the eating depression. It got worse after her mom passed away.
Well, that's funny that we talk about that because first I wanted to like really describe depression, but that's one of the signs, you know, and it is one of the signs of depression. But depression is like it's a common serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel and the way we think and how we act. So there are several main symptoms of depression, and that is one is like a change in eating habits, which you can overeat or some of us just don't eat at all, you know. But what I can say about that is I would try if it's something that you can't do self-reflection on, like as far as trying to sustain the things that you can do to substitute for eating, you know, I would try to do things that like hobbies or other kind of events that you can probably do to take your mind off of where it refrains from you eating so much. Or if it's something that you need to do, really, you can just sit down and really talk to somebody about it because otherwise, you know, those kind of things get out of control. And some people just don't know how to, you know, stop those kinds of feelings that they're having. Those are signs, you know. So I would substitute eating with something else, you know, something else that's enjoyable for you or something that's very interesting for you to do. That's what I would probably do with that, you know, as far as that's concerned.
And she said that she's currently speaking with a therapist now for it. And sometimes it is hard she said, for her to cry and she take depression pills. Hold on, you guys, because I don't know what happened to Miss Midnight. Her stuff just went off. Hopefully she'll be back on. There she go.
You know what it is? Every time I try to see the chats, it's doing that. So I'm not going to turn it on, so I can't really see you guys' questions. So someone will have to read them to me.
Okay. I'm gonna read. Trisha said she's currently speaking with a therapist now for it, and sometimes it's hard for her to cry. And she says she take depression pills for it.
Well, I commend her for at least acknowledging that she have a problem because that's the main thing that a lot of us people don't do. Like when you suffer with depression, you have to acknowledge that you have a problem so that you can actually move forward with fixing the problem. A lot of us feel like we don't have issues or problems, but a lot of things that we see that goes on in our society tells me that a lot of people are suffering with forms of mental illness and just really don't think that they have those issues, but it's a problem.
And you hit it right on the nail. And that's what people do. They really think that they don't have no problem when they do. And for Trisha, I would say too, you know, I know, you know, that's why I was wanting Miss Midnight to speak with you because just like she said, I think Miss Midnight, she lost her mom. So I can't relate to you about losing a mom because I still have mine. And I wanted her to talk to you because she's actually going through what you're, you know, by losing a mom. So that's
Right.
why I wanted her to say something to you. But I do want to encourage your heart as well, you know, to hold on, don't give up. I know it's hard because I think about my mom almost each and every day. And I said, Lord, I know my mom ain't going to be here forever. And I know I'm going to have to go through that one day. But, you know, I just can't imagine how y'all feel to just not have a, you know, a mom, a parent. So I just want to encourage your heart and just keep, you know, try your best to stay focused. You know, some things that you can do, you know, to help your mind is just, you know, keep your mind occupied and read the word as well,
That's right.
and stuff like that, and just try to keep your mind off of it a little bit. Because I know when you go through things, that's when it's kind of like, let me ask you this question, Trisha. Like when you go through things, or when you're going through, like you saying, depression, or you stressed out, then you get to thinking about your mom. That's when it is that whenever your depression starts, when you stressed out, or you going through something and you need your mom and she's not there.
That could be. I'm gonna tell you what I did. When I lost my mom, I'm gonna be frankly honest. Like when I lost my mom, that was probably one of the darkest for the last couple of years. My mom passed in 2013.
Okay.
But in 2 years from that, like them was like the darkest years. So I had some problems even that I had to sit down and talk to somebody about because I wasn't able to cope with that. And so I had to sit down with somebody to actually help me be able to cope through losing my mom because I was in a dark place. My head wasn't right. I was like all over the place with how I felt. I was angry. I was mad at the world. And I know it wasn't the world's fault, but that's just how I felt. So I just use mine in a different way. She's using food, and that's what we do. We turn to things to use for coping mechanisms. I was just an angry individual, and I kind of lost faith in God. I was questioning my faith. I had to get all of that back because I had a terrible wreck in 2013, and I said, only for you to spare me in my life and turn around and take my mother. So, I had I question a lot of things, but people have to really sit me down and say, well, Sheila, that's kind of selfish thinking. If your mom was terminally ill and suffering, it would be selfish of you to say that just for her to be here with you, you would still want her to be in suffering, So people have to really humble me and sit me down. And I really appreciate those people. And this is why I could say to other people, because that is hard. When you lose, death happens with a lot of people, but it's certain people that you lose where it will really bring you into a depression. And it did take me into a depression as well.
Trisha said she have autism and diabetes on top of all of that. Sometimes it put her in a hole.
Oh my. So she has other medical conditions. So yeah, for what I would recommend for her is I would recommend, she says she's talking with a therapist, but I will recommend for her to just continue to talking with her therapist. If she got close loved ones or people who she feel like she can trust to talk to, just to vent to, because it can get hard. It gets real hard with people out here.
Well, can I ask you a question, Miss Midnight?
Yeah.
When she say autism, like what is autism?
Autism is a behavior disorder. That's
Okay.
really, it's like a behavioral disorder. I used to work with children with autism too, as a matter of fact. It's more of a behavioral thing, it's a cognitive thing. A lot of people with autism have speech delays. A lot of them have cognitive function delays. They are more of not social people. A lot of people with autism, they don't have a lot of social skills. So this is what we try to teach them as well. Cognitively, socially, communication wise, all of those things, all of the above.
Wow. So she said, yes, it is hard for to just understand why I can't talk to her with things I don't understand because of women stuff. Yeah, I understand. That's what I kind of felt like in my spirit. It's what you was like when things get hard, you be want to talk to her and stuff, and she's not there now. But what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to turn to God and just ask God to help you. And when you need somebody to talk to God. He's there all the time for all of us.
Talk to him. Yes, that's right.
We sit up there thinking like God don't hear us, but God hear everything we do. He know the hairs on our head, the little things that we think He knows. And talk to Him, and He'll understand, and He'll comfort you. I hate because you're going through this, and I'm so glad that Miss Midnight is here, that she can give you some comfort and help you understand what's going on and stuff. And because like I'm glad she know this because this is not my area. Because just like I was saying, I still have my mom, and y'all two can vent to each other, and she can let you know what's going on. So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let Miss Midnight have the floor.
And then another thing I wanted to speak on, in regards to just people, that I tell people all the time, because, now I'm into social work. That's what I went to school for. So that's what I graduated in last year. So I'm into health and human services, which is I'm into basically helping people with essential needs to thrive every day, or helping people who suffer with addiction,
Mm-hmm.
alcoholism. Um, I'm helping youth, people who've been molested. I'm dealing with those kind of people, the elderly. I'm dealing with a different community of group of people. And so what I tell people is just to stay in tune with how you feel. If you feel a certain way, try to ask yourself why you feel a certain way. And then if you figure out why you feel that way, try to correct it. And then if individuals are in your life that's making you feel a certain way, maybe we need to evaluate our circle of people who we are around, because negative energy can also bring somebody who's already down. That can bring them down more too. So we need to evaluate who we surround ourselves with.
Oh yes.
We need to evaluate our feelings. We need to be able to sort out our feelings, because bottled up feelings is no way to live. People who bottle up emotions and bottle up feelings and don't know how to sort them. It's fine if you don't know how to sort them. If you can't do self-reflection, let somebody else help you, because bottled up feelings is the worst thing to have, because somebody's going to be a ticking time bomb. And as we see every
Mm-hmm.
day with things that go on in the world, people are killing babies. People are committing homicides. People are doing all kind of irrational things that's not of the norm, because they are walking around with all these mixed emotions that they don't know how to sort.
Miss Trisha, I'm gonna ask Miss Midnight. Miss Midnight, Miss Trisha was saying that it was something about her speech, and she would love to come up on the platform. It's just her speech. But Miss Trisha, we is not gonna worry about your speech. And I mean, I'm pretty sure Miss Midnight will take her time with you, and she will let you, say what you got to say. But if you more than welcome to come up here to speak with her, if she don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Miss Trisha. So I'm gonna put the thing in the link in the comment chat, and you can just come on up and talk to her. Whatever you need to ask her, she's here for you on tonight. Because I mean, it's an honor for her to be here. If y'all have not checked her page out, her page is called Midnight Crew. Go over there, subscribe to her channel, and check it out. Because it should be a lot more people in here. I don't know where everybody's at, because it's a lot of people subscribed to me. We almost at 2,000 subscribers, y'all. Almost at that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So y'all share the live and everything. Okay, you guys. I don't know if Miss Trish gonna come up. I hope she come up so she can talk. She said, "Thank you, Jay, for this wonderful lady. Can you please bring her back?" If Miss Midnight want to come back and we can schedule a time, I sure can, Miss Trisha. I will. But if you want to come up and talk with her on the platform, you're more than welcome to. And if anybody else got any questions before we, continue on with the broadcast, y'all can ask her any questions you like. But I was wanting to ask you, Miss Midnight, while Trisha getting herself together. I don't know if she's gonna come up or not. But I was wanting to ask you, okay, I was dealing with this lady, which I don't know if you watch her or not. She's called Love by Erica.
Yep, I heard of her.
Okay, so I was dealing with her and was trying to help her out and stuff. I didn't know that she actually had a problem. So we call her Popo over here.
Okay.
But I didn't know that she actually had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with her.
Yeah.
But for somebody trying to help somebody, like if I ever run into like a person like that, and I'm trying to help them, and they don't need, if you can tell when somebody don't want the help, because they'll start just backing off. So my thing of it is, do you think I was right to back off on her if she didn't want the help, and just keep on letting her do what she wanted to do? Or do you think I should have continued to help her with her problem?
Well, what I would recommend for that young lady, because I also watch her myself.
Okay.
Um, she very young, and it's clear that she got some issues, especially with men. I don't know if this young lady been touched. I don't know if she got child trauma going on. I'm not sure.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
she just needs somebody. She needs somebody to be a mentor to her, though. She needs somebody as a mentor to her. She needs somebody to be a mentor for her, somebody to show her the way because she's really lost.
Yeah.
She really needs somebody to just be of a mentor to her, and she just needs somebody to give her some encouragement. I believe in women empowerment, so I don't want to, never down another woman for any, shortcomings that they have. Because, sometimes we all as women have made a decision with a poor one, with a man or whatever the case may be. So the young lady, she just needs some guidance. She needs somebody as a mentor to her. So
And I
if
kind of think too that she's looking for love through the guys. I kind of think that she's been hurt so much that she'll do whatever it takes to, you know, to try to do this or please a man, because I seen it through whenever her and Damien was going together and how he left her when she booked the trip to going at the lake and stuff like that, and how he left her in there, and then it's like she ran back to him, and it's like a pattern to her. It's like she'll just keep on continue to run back and keep on continue to getting hurt. So when I kept seeing it, I knew then, I said, something just ain't right. I said, because if somebody hurts you over and over and over and you keep running back, that's a problem to me right there. It's like a pattern it's like you like to get for somebody to hurt you. And then it's like later on, you'll just laugh it off like it ain't nothing done happened. Like, what would you call that to be?
Well, that sounds like some way back childhood trauma to me. To me, it sounds like
Wow.
she's going through like something that's maybe is looking for love through men that she didn't have from her dad. I don't know. Maybe that's what she's looking for. It's like childhood trauma, and it's like you said, it's going to be a cycle, but that's why she needs somebody in her corner to be telling her, right. Sometimes we as people, we want to correct somebody when we see them doing something wrong, but you got to also correct people when they doing wrong and tell them what's right, so she needs
Yeah.
somebody to mentor her. She needs somebody that's going to be there, because it sounds like she's looking for love that she never had before, and it could be from her dad. A lot of little girls go through stuff like that when they be dealing with these boys and dealing with these men. They looking for attention that they never seeked before, or they never had with their dad or a male figure. That's what they be looking for. And so she's really hurt deep down. She may not say that, but she's really
Right.
hurt. She's
And I
really hurt.
think I think so too, because when she hold on for 1 second, Miss Midnight. Trisha, you're gonna have to connect your device. It's saying that your device is not connected, hon. Connect your device so I can put you on the platform. And when you connect your device, I can put you on the platform with Miss Midnight. And Carmela says, Miss Midnight, God bless you.
Thank you
Um,
all. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
And you right. So everyone, y'all hearing what she's saying, like she does, the lady, she does has a problem, and I hate because that she's going through that. But sometimes, okay, so let me ask you this right here. So is why she's acting out and hurting other people as well, Miss Midnight? Because she have hurt and damaged a lot of people. I mean a lot of people.
Well, when they say hurt people. And hurt people do go out there and intentionally hurt people. They do that. They feel like what they're doing regards justification, but and it's going to continue to be that way. It's going to continue to be that way until she realized that she have a problem. When she realized that she has a problem, she will be able to rectify her problem and work towards her problem. And then she won't be able to go hurting all these different people that she's doing, nor she won't be feeling hurt herself. So she got to have some self-love. We got to have self-love for ourselves first.
Right. Because it's like this right here. It's like when somebody hurt her, she can't stand it or take it, but it make her feel better if she go back and do some damage herself. Because that's what I was seeing. It's like, how when she was talking to the mucker and how, you know what I'm saying, she, I was trying to help them to get through their stuff, but at the same time, she wasn't actually, it's like when he hurt her and did what he did and cheated, however he did it, it's like she couldn't let it go because I can feel it in her voice. I can feel it in her heart. I said, she's going to have to let this go because it's hurting her. Because it's like when she found out he did, it's like he has to do something to please her, to make her feel better, to make her feel like you hurt me and I want you to make it better. And until you make it better, I'm going to act a fool. That's what I was getting out of it. It's like she was really cutting up to the point. I just had to back up because it's like, I'm telling you to back up and just pray and just leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, when I was talking, I can hear him talking. It's like he wanted to work it out, but she was angry at the time because of what he had done to her. And she just couldn't let it go and pass. It's like she was trying to get something out of him that he wasn't showing her. Because, some men can't show that love like us women. It's like some of us women are deep, deep lovers. Like we love so hard.
Yes.
And men's don't do that. And that's what she felt. And that's what I kind of feel like that's what she's trying to get, something deep from him, and he wasn't giving it to her.
Well, she got to learn. She just got to learn. She got to learn that she's not going to really get the attention, or she's not going to get the fix that she's looking for from a man, because it really starts from her. She really has to learn that. And all I can say is for people to pray for her. That's all I can say for her is to pray for her.
Yeah. That's what I said I was going to do, is continue to pray, because it's a lot that's going on with her. And I just backed up from her. I said I wasn't going to deal with it anymore, because it's like she's going backwards. Instead of moving on, she's going backwards. And you can tell through the videos that she's making with Damien, because I used to talk to her all the time. I mean, all the time. And I just knew she had a problem.
She ought to be careful though, because she got people watching her. Like, she has children.
And that's what everybody was saying.
Toxic, putting that toxin into your children. They're watching you even when you don't think so. They're watching everything you do. That's what children do. And that's another thing that's really big with us. We have to watch what we're doing, because when you grow up in that kind of a toxic household, I mean, it tends to rub off. And then what is she going to do? What is she going to do when she sees this behavior in one of her kids? It's not what she wants. So she needs to really just look into herself, see the problem that she has and why she does the things she do, and just fix it. It's not gonna be healed through no man. I don't just think that that's gonna work with her. She's really hurt from a lot of things, childhood, probably personal things that a lot of people probably don't know of. But it seems like a hurt girl. She seems like that hurt little girl.
And I think that's the reason why she got a lot of followers too, because everybody's heart goes out to her. But at the same time, she's going to have to learn from her mistakes. Like, why continue to keep making these mistakes like this? And you steady damaging yourself and not realizing it, So, I mean, a lot of people came over here and they were just saying that that's the only reason why they follow her, because they know she got a problem and she need help. But Miss Midnight, Trisha was saying something. She said, she don't know how to get on the panel because her device is not connected. Is there anything? Because I don't know why her device is not being connected to this.
What device is she using and try to connect on? Is she on a computer or is she on a phone?
Okay, Trisha, did you hear her? She said, are you on a computer or on the phone? We're trying to help you to get connected to come up on here. If you're on your phone, all you have to do I don't know how to do it on the phone because I do mine on my desktop. I think what you're gonna have to do is I'm gonna put a link right here in this comment chat box, and you click on that link. And when you click on that link, you should be automatically added on this platform. So
Right.
the link that I'm putting right here in the box, just click on it. If you
Yeah.
got a phone, just click on it. Or if you have a laptop, just click on this link that I put right here in the comment box. Miss Midnight, Shantae said, can you drop your channel so she can put it in the comment box?
Let's see. I'm wondering if I could do that from my computer without any discrepancies. Let's see, you guys. I'm gonna try.
Oh, I can do it if you want me to.
Okay, it's Midnight Crew.
Okay. Miss Midnight, she on here, but I can't add her. It's saying device is not connected. So Miss Trisha, what device are you using, hon? Okay, she said she has an Android.
Well, it should link right to her email. Like when she go to StreamYard, and once she pressed that link, it should have pulled up her email, and then just verify your email, and then that will be all I think that you have to do. Just press on the email that you use, and then they'll put you right over.
Okay, Trish, did you hear what she said? And if anybody want to know Miss Midnight's channel, I'm putting it in the chat box here, right there. I'm putting it in the chat box, Camilla, y'all. It's already in there. It's called Midnight Crew. It's her channel. And hopefully Miss Trisha come on, because I don't know what she wanted to talk to Miss Midnight about. Hopefully she'll figure it out. I think she said, Miss Trisha, you got to go to your email or something and click on the link or something. New Beginning says your child trauma. You're right. Child trauma on point. You welcome, Shantae.
That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like childhood trauma, like with her.
Yeah, because in her song that she got out, it says something that she said something about I think she was being in a home, a girl's home or something. So it's got something to do with the trauma now.
I hear a lot of static.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do. I don't know. Is the other person connected?
Not yet. I don't hear anything on my end. She's not up yet. I don't see her at the bottom or nothing. I don't know what's going on. Because only thing I thought that you just supposed to just hit on the little link that I put in the comment box, and it's supposed to just bring you on. Because I mean, isn't that what you did?
No. Well, see, I clicked the link. I clicked on the link, but see that's you see it's labeled me as Jane Doe. That's my email name.
Okay.
So it's gonna pull up your email. You're gonna verify your email, and then StreamYard is gonna pull you on, and you're gonna just be added as a guest then.
Okay. So Miss Trisha, I think did you hear what she said? Hello, Real Hubby 67. So hopefully she'll try to come on and do it. So okay, you guys. For the ones just not coming on in, we have Miss Midnight here tonight. The name of her channel is called Midnight Crew. She has a channel and she's here talking with us about mental health issues. So if y'all have any question for her, or if y'all want to come on the platform and talk with her, you can do so. And I mute myself. But we just sitting up here and we just talking about the incident that happened a week ago about Popo, and she was just letting us know that it was a child trauma. The reason why she's acting like that, something has been going on with her allegedly, So we just sitting up here just talking and trying to figure out some things here, you know. And if y'all are dealing with people with mental health issues, then tonight is you can ask us some questions to go back to help the other person that you know that you're trying to help. So that's why I was asking her questions and stuff about, did I make the right decision to back off of her? You know, not saying I just left her out there. It's just the fact that when you see somebody hurting people really, really deeply, and I mean, I don't know if Miss Midnight know, but she really hurt people deeply. And, you know, I just backed off, you know, because sometimes, like people say, sometimes you just can't help people. They just don't want it. They just don't want the help.
Right. And if they don't want it, we can't pressure it. We can't
Right.
force it on them.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm glad that Miss Trisha came forward and was talking about her things. You know, it's a lot of people here tonight that's dealing with, you know, mental health issues. And, you know, some people are dealing with people losing their loved ones, and, you know, and they can't get over that. And it draws them to a depression.
Oh, yes. Like COVID, you know, I'm going to speak on
Oh,
that.
yes.
You know, like COVID, when we first hit COVID and COVID first started, I said that's the worst time to have a loved one in the hospital, or the worst time for a woman to have a baby, because people can't be with their loved ones when they sick and dying. They dying alone besides the staff of the place they're in, because they
Mm-hmm.
weren't allowing people to visit at a one time, especially when it first happened. People were dying alone. People were going having babies by themselves. It's just like the worst time. And, you know, people go into depressions behind that, you know, not being able to be with their loved ones when they, you know, sick and dying. You know, it's just COVID has done a lot with people, and I'm sure the numbers has quadrupled with depression and COVID, because households have suffered financial gains
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of those things.
I know one person was saying that they had COVID and they was dealing with it by themselves, and it was throwing them into a depression. And, you know, and the only thing they were saying, they just needed somebody to talk to. And it's a lot of people that's actually going through COVID by themselves. They don't have nobody to turn to. They don't have no family. You know, they just alone. And it is hard when you're dealing, because in your mind, it's like a mental thing in your mind, like, okay, you might die, or, you know, what's going to happen to you if something happen to you, who going to take care of your children? You know, when y'all start thinking about things like that, y'all got to cast those thoughts down, because sometimes it be the enemy to want you to think that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
it can be the enemy to want you to think that something gonna happen to you. Because I'm gonna tell you what I deal with, Miss Midnight. I deal with anxiety. It's like I can be going down a highway, and all of a sudden I just feel like if I'm in the car and all the windows is raised up, I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like I get too high. And then in my mind started wandering and started saying, you better let your window down, because don't you gonna suffocate. And when I started thinking it, I just started panicking. And it feel like I can't hardly breathe at all.
Well, you know, when we suffer with anxiety, because, you know, I do too, in a sense, I do as well. But, you know, that's also a form of that's also anxiety is also a form of mental illness. So when we have anxiety or feel anxiety coming up, we have to do things to try to make ourselves feel relaxed. Like sometimes I have to meditate. You know, I think meditation is good for me. It works for me because I get worked up. Also, I'm a smoker. I feel like sometimes that's not so smart to do, but smoking calms me. So that's what I do sometimes, because I do get anxious and anxiety a lot too. And you know, that's
Okay.
also a form of mental illness, or a symptom of it at
Okay.
least.
Okay. Hold on for 1 second, Miss Midnight. I know why people's trying to come on and they can't come. Okay, Bryson, it's saying that you have to connect your mic. Y'all turn your mics on. Tell Trisha that's what she need to do. Trisha, you did the right thing. You just got to turn your mic on when you come up here. Because that's what it's saying. Your device is not connected. It's saying that you got to turn your mic on in order for me to put you up here on the platform for you to talk to Miss Midnight. So y'all turn your mics on because that's what it's telling me to tell you guys. When I click on here, it says they would need to connect their mic. You got to connect your mic or either your cam before I can add you to the stream. Okay? Anybody want to come on, you got to connect your mic and your cam in order for you to come on, okay? Okay, Miss Midnight. So do you think by me having anxiety like that, because I can be like, it's not real. It's not real. I can breathe. I can breathe. And then I get to pulling I have on like a hoodie and I get to pulling that off and feel like I can't breathe and it feel like I just need to get out the window and just run in order to get air.
It's a mind thing with anxiety. That's what I say sometimes a lot. I think it's a mind thing. Our minds tell us one thing and we think another. It's really a mind thing with it, you know. So that's why, you know, we just have to figure out different ways to control our, you know, levels from getting up there. You know, that's why I say I use meditation. I listen to music. It's a lot of things you can do. You can listen to music, you can meditate, you can pray, you can take a walk, you can take a jog, you can take a drive. It's so many ways that you can do things.
Miss Midnight, when I tell you that anxiety will have you feel like you having a heart attack, oh my God. New Beginning said, I never knew how bad anxiety was until I met my ex-partner. Y'all, that is not no joke. That is not no joke, y'all. I promise. It feel like you have a heart attack. It feel like your whole lungs is collapsing. That's how it feels. But it's not real. And then I think I'm trying to overcome it because I be like, when I go through it, I be like, okay, it's not real. I'm just gonna stay calm. And just like you said, I started thinking about something else, and then it goes away.
And maybe things that bring anxiety up with us is like things that we know we had experienced that didn't work so well with us. Like with me, my anxiety is when I'm on any kind of a freeway and I see semi trucks, you know, I get real anxious, you know, and
everybody does. You know what? You are not the only one. Somebody else that I know said they cannot get on a bypass, and if they pass a truck, they panic. A big diesel truck, like they start panicking. Like, that's crazy. Do you think all that stuff that, like, what we talking about, the semi trucks and stuff, do you think all that's mental issue, or you think that's just anxiety?
I think that's just anxiety. That's just anxiety brought up with things because, like, I've been in an accident and I hit a semi. So, you know, things like that is fearful for me. Another thing that gives me anxiety is dogs. I'm very afraid of dogs because I've had bad experiences with dogs. So whenever I see one, I get full of anxiety really quick. Things that fear me, that I had bad experiences with. But then my husband tells me, he says, you know, well, you know, you need to overcome your fears and things like that. And I get it. But it's just certain things that certain people probably always going to feel, you know, iffy about, or it's going to probably bring up where it is going to bring anxiety.
I'm glad you said that, Miss Midnight. Do you think that Trisha is going through that? Her fear is, you know, like she said, she would never see her mom again or talk to her, and she just fear, like it's like a fear that's inside of her, because, you know, when you lose a parent, you guys, it's like you would never see them again. And that's like, to me, if Lord knows, I don't want to feel that feeling, but I know it's gonna have to happen one day. But it's like a feeling like you will never see them no more. Like, you know how everybody been talking about how, you know, you only gonna be able to see them whenever you make it to heaven and stuff like that. And it's like a sadness just comes inside of you, like an emptiness. Like, wow, they really gone. And, you know,
it really does set in. But you know what I would recommend for her to do? Try doing what I do. I'll try to think of happy memories, you know, and then I still talk to my mom as if I'm talking to y'all right now. If I want to feel like I want to have a conversation with my mom, just like I talk to the Lord, I talk to my mom in that, right? Because I feel like she's my guardian angel. She's watching everything that I do. So I'm going to talk to her as if I was talking to any individual that I would see, or as if I'm talking to y'all. I just speak to her. And when I go see her at the resting place, people may think I'm crazy, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to my mom's resting place there, and I'm having a conversation with her. This is what I'm going to do. This is what helps me. This is what helps me. I know my mom is in a better place. That's another thing. I know that my mom is in a better place. So I am very calm with that. But just talk to your mom as if when you feel like you want to talk to your mom, because I get it. Like she probably feel that way when her mom's birthday come up, because I do the same thing. I kind of fall into a slump too. Holidays are not the same either. But I just try to get around people who I have closest to me and who I love the most. My children, my husband, my siblings. I have my father. And I try to use those individuals. We create happy memories. We just reminisce. That's what we reminisce. And that's what I would recommend.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Y'all, if y'all want to, it was some people wanted to come on, but they had to turn on your mics. If y'all want to come on, I'm going to put the link right there in the comment box again because it had left. But I was wanting to ask you this question, like, why do I feel this way? I think I feel this way because God gave me the love for people. Okay, I have a calling over my life, and I also have a ministry called Healing the Hurt Ministry. And God can also, okay, Trisha. Okay, Trisha, you're gonna have to turn your device, your mic and your cam on, hon. Just turn your mic and your cam on, and I can add you to the platform. All you got to do is hit the little 3 parentheses right above your little box right there and turn your mic and your cam on. That's all you have to do. Okay. So, but it's like every time I hear of somebody that died that I don't know, like I can really pick up their spirit, and it hurts me so bad. I can feel their sadness. Like I hate feeling that way. Like, what would you call that to be, for somebody to just hurt like that when somebody passed away that you don't even know?
I mean, you just have a big sense of empathy and sympathy for people. That's just like your gift, like you said. Everybody is gifted with different things. And your gift it's just that you're just a person of compassion, because I feel what you're saying. I don't have to know you personally to feel your pain. I don't have to even been and went through the same thing you're going through to feel your pain, because if you have compassion for people genuinely in your heart, you're going to be able to pick that up about people. So that's just a gift. That's just the gift that God has given you. And that's all. I mean, you just feel people's pain and you're a compassionate person. That's what I get from that. That's a gift that the Lord has given you, because everybody's not gifted in that, right?
Right.
So
and y'all, to have a gift of hurt, oh my God, don't nobody want that gift, because y'all, you can pick up people's spirit. And I mean, I can be literally crying. Like if somebody come on here and I know that they going through some intense thing, girl, I'd be sitting over here crying because I can feel that pain and that hurt. And I'd be like, oh my God. I said, Lord, what in the world? But Miss Trisha, you got to turn on your device, hon, and your cam, because I can't do it.
You're just a kind-hearted, genuine person. That's all it is. That's all it is. We just can feel for people. Because I'm a sensitive person myself. I am very much a sensitive person. I'm a Pisces, y'all. So I'm very sensitive at heart. With my own things. But like I said, with people, and it's just like what I said, like I have to have a mentally strong mind with being in social work, because I'm dealing with people who may have their kids snatched.
Oh, yes.
I'm dealing with addicts. I'm dealing with prostitutes. I'm dealing with people who are really hurting and struggling, dealing with real life situations. And sometimes that does touch my heart. And I don't be afraid to shed tears with people who I help and deal with. I want them to know that I'm rooting for you to win. I'm definitely rooting for you to win. And I believe in second chances with people. And so, that's what people should be granted. It's just like, that's why sometimes I say having a kind heart could be a gift and a curse, because you get walked over for being kind. People take you for granted for being kind, but you don't never want to change who you are for nobody, no matter how they treat you or no matter how they do you. So that's what I said. Kind-hearted people get the end of the ugly stick sometimes, but
They do.
you never don't want to change up who you are for no one.
That's right. You correct. Cajun girl says some of my family have that gift also, including myself, but mine's only comes on if something is about to happen, like death. Oh, girl, I know that gift you got, honey. That is the I'm glad God didn't give me that gift. I can tell when somebody is gonna die because God would show me in my dreams, and if He continues to show it to me over and over and over, then I have to, let some. If He tell me to let them know, I will have to let them know. But girl, that gift you got about that death, woo, that's a scary thing.
I know. And then it's like, what do you guys do with it? You know what? Because I don't have that type of a gift to see that kind of stuff. But what do you guys do when you see something or you can visualize something about someone and tell them how do they take it? Do they believe it? Or, have you
Some
guys
people
ever
just
been in that situation?
just like Cajun girl said, they don't like it. They get upset at you. They'll be talking about you a witch, you this, you that. And sometimes God will have to give us, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. He gives me a way to let them know. I just warn them. I warn them and let them know, with whatever they're doing to stop. And if they don't listen, and then it just goes from there. I just don't up and just say, okay, well, God said that you fixing to die. I don't do that. I just like go up and I warn them and say, something else, letting them know, look, there's something that you're not doing right because I'm constantly having a dream about you. And then sometimes when I go through a dream, you have to say, well, Lord, turn this dream around. Don't let it be or don't let it happen. But Cajun girl, I know exactly what you're talking about that gift. Trisha says it won't let me turn on my mic or cam. I think it's my phone. It says that the browser has me blocked. Oh, I don't know about that. Shantae, do we have Trisha blocked on the browser? Because I don't know. I mean, when you come on, all you have to do is just turn on your mic and it's like a little 3. When you come on here, it's gonna be a little box on your right upper hand corner. You turn your mic and your cam on then before you enter into the stage. Trisha, if that will help you. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Leslie said my gift is finding out someone is pregnant. Wow.
Oh wow.
And Miss Midnight, I really think that your gift, like you saying, is to help people in areas, and because like, let me ask you this question. Like when people are talking to you about their problems, like are you strong to the point that even though it touches your heart, but you won't let it get to the point where you're crying?
I can't. You know what? Yes. Sometimes I do cry with them, like if it's just me and a client intimately, because some things are just so. I try. What I do is I try not to let it break me down mentally to where it affects me as my individual self. But I do not mind crying with people because sometimes I just cannot help it, and that crying is a way. That's how I show. My way of showing people that definitely I don't mind crying and shedding a tear because some of that stuff is so traumatic that it just brings tears to your eyes. I mean, if you watch a sad movie, that may bring tears to your eyes, but you looking at real life people and their struggles, and you know how this is hurting them. Yeah, sometime I'm gonna cry, but I don't. I want to be able to be strong minded to where I don't let it mentally break me. Though that's what I try not to do.
Yeah, Leslie, that's a good gift. Everybody, don't let me tell y'all, everybody has a gift, but you just have to tap into your gift. But Leslie got a gift of finding somebody out that if they pregnant, so that's a good gift, Leslie. I told this girl that she was pregnant as well. Cajun girl says I can't see Pacific individual, but it's only in my family. I don't see it for others. Wow. That's how sometimes it works. It'll be it just in your family. The gift of discernment is real in me. All right, Shantae, I got a gift of discernment too, honey. Do
Well,
you got a
those
gift of
are all
discernment,
good
Miss
gifts.
Midnight?
Huh?
Do you have a gift of discernment?
My husband do. My husband's a minister.
Okay. Wow.
My husband is a licensed minister. My husband does that. So precognition, what y'all talking about? My husband actually dreams things and sees things because that don't just come in only dreams. That can become in a visual way where you can be consciously aware and you can get a
Uh-huh.
vision of somebody and see something like that happening. My husband has that gift. I'm not really. My husband tells me that I have it, but I just don't know I have it. That's what he tells me. He tells me a lot of things about myself that I don't think, I have. One thing I know.
Now you already know if he tell you now, you know that you're gonna have to. Some people just don't know that they got the gift until they tap into it, and that's what I
Exactly.
be trying to tell my husband. He needs to start tapping into it because let me tell you what I know. God would not put your mate with you unless your mate got to be way stronger than you are because they are the head. So I know my husband is really strong, and I know he's got the gift of healing. He got healing in his hands, and I love when he pray for me. Oh God, I love it. And I told him he just had to start tapping in. And in order to tap into your gift, you got to spend time with God, and you got to, let him, like worship him and get into that presence, and God to start building you up and start making your gift stronger. Because that's how he did me. The
Right.
more you spend time with God, the more you'll know about your gift.
Right. See, I feel like my gift is I'm going to consider that to be a healer because of what I do and how many of I've healed. But I also think I have the gift with words. I'm very gifted and motivational in so many different ways. So when I speak to people, I think people gravitate to me because of the demeanor that I have. But not only that, my words of how I word things to people and how they get it. I really am great with speaking to people. And that's what I'm great at. I don't mind speaking to a crowd of people. I'm not nervous speaking to a crowd of people. I'm just gifted in that right with touching people, just speaking life into people, speaking positivity back into those who don't feel it within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That is my gift. That's what I'm gifted in that area.
Wow. Miss Midnight, Trisha wants to know how can she pass you her phone number to talk with her on the phone, or y'all can I don't know how you do. Maybe you may want to tell the people, if you do session on the phone. I don't know. She was wanting to know if you can if she could talk with you on the phone.
Well, Miss Trisha, you can also follow me on Facebook. When you follow me on Facebook, you're going to find me under Sheila Dukes, which is my name. Anybody who wants to inbox me with questions, go to Sheila Dukes on Facebook and you can inbox me there. And then from there, I will exchange numbers with you. So if you want to follow me or speak with me personally, follow me on Facebook under Sheila Dukes, and you will find me there. And give me an inbox, and I will have no problem with doing one-on-ones with people, giving them advice. I mean, that's just what I do. If someone feel like they want to talk, I'm a listening ear. And that's what I want to be for people.
Okay, Miss Midnight, can you spell your name because I'm putting it in the comment box so there are no.
It's SHEILA.
I misspelled it. ILA.
And then Dukes is DUKES.
Okay, I got that. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna put her name right here, and I'm gonna follow her on Facebook. And whatever questions you got to ask her, y'all can inbox her on Facebook, and y'all can go from there. Okay.
I really appreciate this coming on your live, talking to your platform too. I really appreciate it.
And I know we done detour from the mental health to gifts, but it kind of ties up with what we're talking about, because all it is like, I'm dealing with people with mental issue, and I just want to make sure if I'm dealing with them in a correct way, because like you saying, you're more experienced in it through, because you went to school and all that stuff like that. And I'm kind of more experienced in it because through Christian, and I love helping people, you know, and my heart goes out to people. So, you know, it kind of ties up with what we talking about. So we ain't really detoured too much, but it all ties together, you know, about the problem. And I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why it, because it's some people that wanted to come on to talk with her. I don't know why it's not letting y'all come on. Like I said again, the only thing you got to do is when you come on, make sure you got your camera and your mic on. And I'm gonna put the link in the description box again, so y'all can come on before we get ready to end the live. Because I don't know how much time Miss Midnight got with us tonight, but we thank God that she's here to help us with people that has the mental health issues. So if y'all have any questions that y'all want to ask her, you can do so at this time. You know, we just sitting over here just having a little chat about some things and stuff. And I know I'm asking her my questions, that some things I'm dealing with as well. You know, it's one more question I'm gonna ask her, y'all, and then I'm gonna put my mic on mute, and I'm gonna let y'all guys have the floor so y'all guys can talk to her, because I've been talking all night, and I'm gonna leave it to y'all guys, okay? But I have one more question. What is bipolar?
Bipolar, bipolar is just bipolar is a disorder. It's more like a personality disorder, if you will, in so many words. Like it has to do with mood swings. Like a person mood swings is all over the place. At one minute they may be a happy person, and then they go from that really to going to anger really quickly. It's like a personality disorder. It's a mood swings. Like a person with bipolar goes through different mood swings, and it goes through mood swings quickly. You know,
Wow.
that's what bipolar is.
So
Bipolar,
what you
schizo.
so what you're saying, like a person with bipolar uh issue is like they get angry and then they have different mood swings.
They go from being a peaceful person or a person that's slow paced to they can get angry, be at 10 real quickly. You know, they behavior patterns. It's a behavior thing too. That's in the line of
Wow.
behavior. In the line of behavior. And trust me, I think I've dealt with every kind of different disorder that could have ever been in my entire career of dealing with people. But with those people, you know, you can't really even take it out on them because, you know, if that's a disorder. That's really a disorder.
So so where do you think the bipolar is coming from? Like, is it like, okay, just like how you was telling me about the mental issue, some mental issue comes from child issues. Like, where do bipolar coming from is coming from?
I mean, bipolar can be a genetic thing, like a person who inherited bipolar or schizophrenia, you know, it'd probably be a line of a genetic thing too. It could be genetics. A person could be bipolar or schizophrenic by taking, you know, illegal drugs or doing different drugs. It could just wreck your brain and wreck you out, you know, do things like that. But it's
Wow.
more genetic. I would say if you have genetics with people who suffer with different kind of psychotic, bipolar or behavior things in your family, you probably would have inherited from that, you know, and that right. It's a lot of people have that because that somebody in their family has suffered with that or suffered with schizophrenia or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. I asked you for that for a reason. I appreciate you answering that for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, no
Um,
problem.
yeah, I really, really appreciate it. Anybody got any questions? You know, because I was asking her some questions that I needed to ask her. So if y'all have any questions for her, y'all can go ahead and answer it. I'm so sorry. I think Miss Trish does. Hold on, y'all. Let me block this user. Okay, Miss Trish says, my dad is an elder of our church. When I'm talking to him about things I don't understand, he told me that my opinion doesn't matter.
Wait, let me read that again. My dad is an elder of a church. When I try talking to him about things I don't understand, he told me that. My opinion doesn't matter. Like what does she mean? Like what kind of things do she try to talk to her dad about that he don't understand?
I kind of think that what she's saying is she's trying to talk to him things about church, and it make when she tried to talk to him, she's not understanding what he's talking to her about the church. She don't understand, and the way he be talking to her, making it feel like that her opinion doesn't matter when it does, because everybody matters in the church to me.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
everybody should have everybody's opinion should be able to be spoken. You know, people may not agree with it, but this is her dad. I mean, I feel like yeah, that I don't know. I don't like to
it's some hard questions coming tonight. I'm sorry, Miss Midnight. I don't know if you can try to give her a good answer. I can say this right here. I would say if you don't understand something, Miss Trish, and your dad is the elder of the church, um, and he's not helping you, try to go to somebody else that you think that can help, because
right.
don't ever feel like that your opinion doesn't matter, because it does, because you are a child of God and you are there because you want help at the church, you know. So don't never feel that way. If he is doing that to you allegedly, you know, just try to go to somebody that can help you understand, that's in the church with you, or don't, you know. I'm really, really sure. I hope you and Miss Midnight really can connect, because I really feel like Miss Midnight is really gonna help you, Trisha. I really do. I'm gonna let
I mean, she can even speak to my husband if she really want to get some clarity on the church too. You know, my husband will also give her a little discernment as well. So yeah, she can hit me up really, and we'll definitely talk to her.
did you hear Miss Trisha? She said that you can hear her, because I really believe that she can help you. You know, not saying that I can't, because I can as well, but I really want her to help you dealing with the other issues that you was dealing with. So just get in touch with her. Okay, hold on. She said something else, Miss Midnight. I'm gonna put on the screen about life, and he judged me and my boyfriend for not being married, and we both are on SSI, and my reading is not all of that great. Oh, okay, Miss Trisha, I know what you're saying. Oh, you feel like that he judged you because y'all are boyfriend and girlfriend, you having sex and you're not married. So what I can say about that is he should not judge you, but he should encourage you to get married, you know, and do the right thing and not shack with him. You know, it's a way to it's the way he put his words. What is what I'm thinking. Do you think that's what she's doing, Miss Midnight?
Right. That you just said the right thing. You said the exact right thing. It's a way you have to say it, you know, because she's taking it as if he's being very judgmental.
Right.
And it's really not none of our place here to judge anyone, not even the people of the church, you know. So he should be telling her that in a different word way and using his words differently to where
Right.
she doesn't feel like you're being judgmental and you're making it seem like okay. So if you feel like, you know, she's living with a boyfriend and she's unmarried, you know, just teach her the word, you know,
Mhm.
teach her the word and let her know why this is what it's supposed to be. Don't, you know, be judgmental. You don't have to be so judgmental because, you know, this is what a lot of other people are feeling. And this is why a lot
Yeah.
of people don't feel like they want to be in the church either, as sad as it is to say that, because it's a lot of that going on. When I feel like they should be just, as you said, if you're gonna be that, be a mentor to people, you know, and
Mhm.
show them and tell them what it is that they should be doing. You know, we don't want to come across like we're judging them because we're the only person that can judge us at the end of the day is the good Lord
God.
Himself.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know, so I mean, we're
I'm a
supposed to be uplifting people and helping people through things, not making them feel bad for what they're doing. You know.
And I'm gonna tell you what I used to tell people when they came to to my ministry. I always just used to talk to them and sit them down and say, "Look, if you love her, just like you say you love her, then put a ring on it." That's what I tell them. But I would never tell nobody that they going to hell if they did. Now I would encourage them to say, look, now you know the Bible say, that the bed can't be defiled. I say something like that, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say, okay, you fixing to go to hell. Because when you tell it, it's just like this right here. Because we do it all the time, every day. When somebody die, they automatically say they in heaven, or they
Exactly.
never say in hell. That's still judging. Y'all didn't know that?
Right.
That's
You're
still judging,
right.
because you can't put nobody in heaven nor hell. Only God can do that. Only
Right.
thing we can do is hope that they made it there,
Right.
they're in heaven with the Lord, but we cannot say you going to heaven or you going to hell, because that's judging. You can't do that. So that's why I always have to be careful with my words, because it hurts people. And that's why God deals with me with hurting people, because I've been through so much hurt. I can help people. Like, it's so many people out here married right now, and it's a lot of people. I always tell them, oh girl, you need to go on and get a divorce. You don't need to be married to him. Like, you don't need to tell people that they don't need to do this and they don't need to do that. Let God decide if they need to leave their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we don't need to be slipping saying, well, girl, just go on and leave him and da. Like, I've never do that. Like, when I counsel people, I always sit down and I talk to them. I say it takes two to work a marriage out. And we are losing our marriage in these days and time now. We are losing marriages, y'all. The devil is so busy. He throwing so much to these men as well as women, and we are losing them because we are listening to what people say. We are getting divorces for no impaired reason, just because we are tired of the significant other, or the sex not good no more. And that's not what God put us in marriage for. God said to better, for better or for worse, through sickness and for poor. Just because we're having problems don't mean we just jump up and just get a divorce, all of a sudden.
Now, one thing I will, if a married person came to me on this situation, and I will basically get information from either the man, which it doesn't happen too frequently with a man, but the woman. Now, if a woman is in a domestic violence situation, that's so different. Because I would never want to tell a woman.
Miss Midnight, you getting deep with it now.
I would never want to let another woman make her feel that it's okay for her to stay within her marriage because she's married to this man and he's beating her. I'm going to encourage her to get peace for herself. I'm going to encourage her to do what she needs to do for her and her children. I'm not going to encourage her to stay in that mess. I'm going to encourage her that she needs to make the decision and live well at peace with herself. And if this man is bringing this mess to you with domestic violence, he does not love you, because love is not supposed to hurt. If it's happening too frequently, make your choice.
Come on now. Now you speaking tonight now. And you know what? And I agree with you on that. And let me tell y'all something. God would not put an abusive relationship man in your life. He will not. That is not of God. God is not finna sit there and let a man beat you till you're dead. Like, God is not that type of man. The reason why we get these entangled with these guys, because we don't want to wait on God to send us a man, and we jump into things. And so when we jump into things and we run and get married, if the man being abusive, if you about have that, leave, just go get some help, because God don't want us to be in stuff like that. That's why God be telling us to wait, but we don't want to be patient because we feel lonely. We dealing with mental issue. Because another thing too, Miss Midnight, do you agree with me? Because I don't know, but I kind of feel like that's a mental issue too, is loneliness.
Yeah, loneliness is a mental issue when a person feel like they have to have somebody next to them because they always choose the wrong individual. Trust me, I've been there before I've been married. Before I've been married, I seemed like I had the same pattern of choosing the same type of man. But I had to say no. I love myself, and I think I am deserving of more than this. I don't want nobody using me. I don't want nobody that can't bring nothing to the table. I am deserving. I don't want no toxic relationship with nobody who I got to argue with every day. I don't want those issues. I had to say no. I know my worth. I know what I'm worth, and I'm not dealing with this anymore. And so I encourage anybody who's on here who may be going through that situation, listen, you need to choose peace for yourself, because things like that don't get better. They get worse. And then you don't want it to end up to where you in a body bag, because you know it's a lot of women, especially where I live, going through stuff like that, and they not making it out. They're not making it out.
Wow, you hit it on the nail. Like that I really feel in my spirit that's really helping some people tonight about that right there. Wow. Trisha says, thank you for listening to me. You are an amazing woman. I don't have Facebook, but she says she does have IG.
You can also reach me on Instagram too. It's Miss Mid to the Night on Instagram.
Okay, how do I spell it? MID?
MID.
Okay, hold on. It's Miss. Is it MISS?
It's MS.
Okay.
It's just MS. And then MID.
MID.
K.
Okay.
IGHT. 2 is TO. And the is THA and night. NIGHT. She can reach me on there. Or I wish I'm on my phone right now. Otherwise, I would just shoot her a DM real fast so she can just accept me. But you can
maybe
find me.
Maybe she could come in on one of your videos or something and go from there.
Yes, tell her to just comment on one of the videos, and I will definitely find her from there, and we'll definitely go from Instagram. I'll give her my number from there when she DM me.
Okay, Trish, you hear her? Shantae is putting it out there. I guess is tonight is Miss Midnight, as known as Sheila Dukes on Facebook. Please go follow her and show her support, you guys. And thank you.
Thank you all too. Thank y'all so much.
Trisha says, Jay's reaction, you and Miss Midnight are a blessing to me right now. Well, we sure thank you that we're being a blessing to you on tonight.
Yeah, because you know, it's not always in what you do, you know, that can touch somebody. Sometimes it's what you say. When people are feeling a certain kind of way and they come across things, it's not always about what we do or what we can do. Sometimes it's about what you say. I mean, somebody may be feeling down and come across something that's going to brighten up their day because somebody then gave them a message that was said through words. I mean, sometimes it just comes through that way. So we don't never know who we be touching. I remember one of my subscribers inboxed me, and she was telling me about some real personal deep issues that she was really struggling with, from a child on up to a grown woman. And I just talked to her. You know, she had some demons that she was fighting and that she's still fighting. But I just talked to her, you know, because I know what childhood trauma can do to you mentally. And, you know, if you don't get help with that, you know, you're going to have failure in creating friendships. You're going to have failure in creating relationships, intimate ones, or any kind of relationship, work relationship, friendships, or whatever. Even family situations. I mean, people who are traumatically damaged, they need help. They need some guidance. They need somebody to show them the way. They need mentorship. You know, they need all of that. They need it all.
Right. Miss Midnight, do you have a cash app that I can put it in the box in case somebody want to give you something?
I do not, you guys. Nope, I don't use Cash App.
Okay, you guys. So, I mean, I don't know how she would get her donation. So, maybe y'all can talk to her, you know, when you get ready to hit her up, and you can just go from there. But Shantae says some women enjoy toxic. Now, you help me pronounce this. Is it
masculinity?
Now, what is that?
Like, some women like to be in toxic. She said that some people like just being in toxic relationships. Like, some women get a kick out of that, and she's right. You know, it's so sad. It's so sad. Some women think that that's very cute for a man to beat them. Some women think it's very cute for a man to demean them with words, calling them derogatory words, using vulgar language with them. Some women really do like that. They really do.
Now that's a mental health issue to me. If a woman sits up there and like for a man to beat on her, that they need some help. They really need help, because you could come, y'all might a girl that I know, her and her boyfriend used to fight all the time, and he messed around and pushed her, and she hit her head on the edge of the dresser and it killed her. And he didn't mean to do it. It's just they was just arguing and fussing all the time, and any little mistake can cause you your life.
It can.
So,
it
for
really
somebody
can.
to sit there and for a female to sit there and like that stuff, that's a problem.
And you're right. That's a mental disorder. That's something that's going on with them too. That goes back to what we were saying earlier. When women feel like they need validation from a man because they lack that validation from their father, or they lack that validation from whomever the male figure was. So they're looking for that validation in these men, and these men is not going to give it to you because you don't even respect yourself. And they see that because they see that you let them disrespect you in this, right? They see that you're putting up with being beat on, and once you allow that so much, a man is gonna do that. They're gonna continue to do that until you actually say, no, I don't want these problems in my life. You have to be the one to decide your worth for yourself. Men do watch that. Men only do what women allow them to do. If you say no to stuff like that, you're not going to go through stuff like that. But if you are a woman who don't mind putting up with that type of chaos in your life, you're going to deal with that kind of chaos because these men is picking that up.
Yep. And then you know what? Another thing too, it's a lot. Let me tell you, this is what I was thinking of today. You know how, like, I don't know why I see this stuff all the time. You know how, like, if a man leaves a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
A man will go and get another woman quicker than a woman will. It's like a woman will wait. And the reason why I think is because that is so many women's out here so lonely and vulnerable that they'll just choose anybody. Like it don't matter what type of background the man coming out of or none of that stuff. And I see that so much. I see a man can move on quicker than a female can. Do you agree with me on that, Miss Midnight?
In a sense, what I've seen when people jump out of relationships and they jump out of a relationship with somebody else and they're going, I think it's equal to me. It's kind of equally because a lot of women do that. A lot of women, they run to these men quickly too if you're in a relationship and they don't want to be lonely. Men, I feel like men just have that in them to do it because a lot of men probably keep a lot of women anyway, so they probably already had multiple women, especially if they doing behavior like that. But so did the woman, because if you were in a relationship and if you're broken by this relationship, why would you want to hurry up and jump into something else if you wasn't doing exactly what the man was doing? I mean, I'm just saying. You had to be doing the same. I say it's equal because a lot of women, and that's why women make the wrong mistake with the wrong man, because they can't be alone. They feel like they don't want to be alone. They want to be able to say that they have someone in their life. They want to be able to say, oh, this is my guy. This is my guy. They want to be able to say that, So they jumping from bed to bed just like these men are.
Wow. Yep. This is so right. And I see that so much now. It's like soon as these men get out of it, and then what's so bad about it? Some of these men treat these women so wrong that when they get out of the relationship, they'll go to the next woman and treat them good.
Oh yeah, that's wow. That's happened. That's happened.
I've seen that a whole lot, and I'm thinking like, dang, how can you sit over here and dog this woman out, but over here wiping this woman feet off?
Well, you know what? It's one or two things. It's one or two things with that. Either he didn't got with his matcher, he didn't got himself a strong woman that's not putting up with that mess with him. He might have tried to pull it on her, but she not going for it. So you're gonna have to come with another a game plan with it because she's not going for it. She's not having it. So that's the woman that he should be with. He should be with that kind of woman. A woman that's not gonna put up with his shenanigans.
Yeah. So true. Queen Amber says, enjoy you being Mistress Midnight.
Thank you.
Carmela says she agree with you, Trisha. And hold on, you guys. Try to get these come in. But also the females, Cajun girl says, but also the females be hurting. So they think by getting with another man is going to make the men want her back.
It's not though. That doesn't work often with these men. It doesn't that don't work often with the man now, because like I said, if you were a man and he's so quick to jump into a relationship with somebody else, 9 times out of 10 he was dealing with that woman when he was dealing with you at the same time, because there's just no right. If you really love somebody and you're broken and hurt by your relationship, first of all, you're going to try to even give each other that space that y'all need between each other, but you're going to still try to work out y'all issues if it can be worked out. You're not going to just jump to the next man or jump to the next woman, because that with a man, that is not going to work. Now, I don't know about women. Some women get jealous when a man do it, but these men really, if they didn't care for you out the first place, that's how I feel. Because if a man really cared for you, they not going to jump to the next woman real quickly. They're going to at least try to see if it's something that can be rectified between y'all two. And if it can't be rectified, then, you go on about y'all life mutually. Y'all mutually agree that it's not going to work and you're going to go your own way. But from jumping from bed to bed, no.
And then to answer Cajun girl, I'm going to say this right here, just like what Miss Midnight was talking about earlier in the beginning of the broadcast of the live. We was talking about hurt people, hurt other people. And the reason why women jump into another relationship, because sometimes they try to cover up the hurt that the men have caused them. So they figure that they get into another relationship, they think that man can cover up that hurt that she dealt with of getting out of the relationship she just came out of. And I think that's wrong, because I think before you get into any other relationship, you need to be healed from the one that you just came out of.
Exactly, because you're going to jump into a relationship. You're going to jump into this relationship with this new person, knowing you still love this man who you just left, and you playing with this person's emotions and playing with their time. People don't like that. When people do stuff like that, that stuff turns tragic. A lot of people don't like to be fondled with like that. You have to be healed all the way. Make sure that that's something that you're done with, and make sure that that's something that you're not going to turn back and go back to. You have to make sure. And also these women need to make sure that they realize, when you are that kind of woman that's into breaking up happy homes and dealing with men who have women, you probably gonna lose that man the same way. I'll do the same thing to you. I done seen that done before too.
Yep. Miss Trisha, Miss Midnight, thank you for the gems and knowledge. You're an amazing woman.
Oh, thank you so much. And make sure that you reach out to me.
Okay, now Cajun girl said also there is a graveyard love. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? I'm not sure of what that is.
what is that, Cajun girl? A graveyard love. Because that kind of what we was talking about, the hurt, that kind of ties up with the mental health issue. It's like you trying to cover up, knowing that you're hurting, but you're trying to cover that up with love. Like that's what going on in this world right today. It's so many women right now that is by themselves and they're lonely. They don't have anybody. But then it's like they so vulnerable to just jump into a relationship to the point they don't even know who they getting involved with. It's like, long as they, like you said, Miss Midnight, long as they being with somebody, that's all they thinking of in their mind. I just want to be with somebody to keep me company. So, I don't want to be lonely.
And it's okay for women to be lonely sometime, like
Yeah.
self-reflect, especially if you've been through so many different relationships that you know was epic fails and didn't work for you. You know, we can't be so quick to blame just the man, you know, for our relationships not working. And the man shouldn't be so quick to blame just the woman. Like both of y'all may have had a part in the reason why your relationship did not work. So self-reflect and reflect on what it is that you may have done in your relationship that didn't work or that you know that he didn't like. And he needs to self-reflect on what it was that he done in the relationship that might not have worked. I mean, sometimes you need that space and time. Not saying you have to be lonely forever, but sometimes you need the space and time to figure it out why you can't have successful relationships with people. What is wrong? Because we
Mm-hmm.
so quick to blame other people, and this
Yes.
is what I say: you can't be so quick to blame other people for problems that you played a part in. You got to be able to take accountability for what it is you do. So sometimes you need to self-reflect and take time to yourself and figure out why is it that you can't have healthy relationships with people. Is it something that you're doing? What is it that he's doing? Both people need to self-reflect. And then when you get into your next relationship, you know you're not gonna make the mistakes that you made before previously in your previous relationship with this next man. You know, it's you got to break the cycle somewhere.
Right. Hello, Sharon, Jersey girl. Welcome. That's correct. You're right. The questions that we was talking about a graveyard love. She said, were they willing to hurt the other person, meaning off of them? That's what Cajun girl was talking about, the graveyard love.
Is she saying meaning to hurt the other person so that the other person don't want to deal with them or to get the other person up off of them for messing with them? Is that what she mean?
I think she's saying, tell me if I'm wrong or not, Cajun girl. Are you saying that where they're willing to hurt the other person so they can move on and get that person off of them? Like get them away from them so they can just move
Right,
on? Is that
right.
what,
That's what I think she's saying.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is that what you saying, Cajun girl? I think it is because she said right, agree.
Right. So yeah, that's what she's saying. You know,
Okay.
she's saying basically, yeah, you know, sometimes women have to go get another man to get this man to see that, listen, I don't want you messing with me anymore. I'm dealing with somebody else. But you know, some of these men so crazy in the mind. You know, some of them are
Mhm.
so crazy in the mind to where they go beyond measure. They go
Wow.
beyond measure to harass a woman. They don't be caring about that, but some of them may move along. But some of them so crazy and psychotic. Those the ones you need to really watch out for. Watch out for the signs that they give you when you meet them too. They be psychotic.
So I have a good question. So are you saying that people has, I hope I didn't, that just I just forgot what I was finna ask. God, this was a good question. Hopefully it'll come back to me, y'all guys. Dang, it was a good question. I was wanting to ask her before I had put this comment up there. Trisha said, I'd rather have a relationship with Jesus because can't nobody love you like Jesus. That's correct.
That's true. Yep, you're right. Yeah, we all need that relationship with Jesus. We all do. That's what we're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to have.
Yeah, that's what it's so much going on in this world about relationships. It's so many people being hurt by relationship and they going from person to person. It's like they don't care. It's like it's like a pattern to people. They can just go in and out of relationships, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I just really thank God that I'm not that type of person because like I was saying earlier, when I love deep. And I don't like to just go from relationship to relationship because I don't like to start over.
Right, because
I
you
don't
have to.
put all I don't put all my all into this marriage. Like I feel like I can't start over again because it's so much there that you have to know that person and know their personality, and
Right.
it's so much in a relationship people don't realize.
Right. And not only that, think about disease out here. You know, you don't want to be just hopping from person to
Right.
person. You don't know what these people are carrying. You don't know how many people they have been with in their past. You know, it's just something that people that need to really think about. And like you said, you really need to learn who you dealing with. You know, you need to be able to really learn your partner and understand who your partner is, learn their ways and everything about them. A lot of us don't take time to do those things, and this is why we find those things out later.
There you go.
And then you're into a relationship where you're emotionally connected, because we are emotional creatures, as you said. Women are naturally emotional creatures. And so now you're with a man that you're emotionally connected with, that you probably can't depart with from quickly, and he's no good for you.
Yep, you sure right. Trisha said, I've been in my relationship for 9 years. Carmela says, it took me a long time before I've dated anyone. That's why I left my hometown. I stay in Florida now. I found a good guy friend. That's good, Carmela.
That's good. Yep. And just continue to study your guy friend, honey. Continue to study
Mhm.
him, because you're going to know when it's for you. You're going to know when it's for you.
Okay, Cajun girl, I got what you were saying. Yep. So, that really just always, I just kind of feel like that. Do you think, Miss Midnight, that relationship ties up also with mental health issues?
I mean, yeah, a lot of a toxic relationship can drive somebody into a depression, or drive somebody into mental health issues, drive somebody to worry all the time, because especially domestic violence. That's why, that's something that I'm so totally against. I done had loved ones die by the hand of a man, and I'm so totally against that. I feel like anybody who's in a place where they have to fear or walk on eggshells around a person because you don't know what this person is going to do to you next. If a person has ever told you that they will harm you, they will harm your children. I don't care what nobody else say. If they just told you
Wow.
that they will harm you, they will harm your babies. And that is somebody who you do not want to spend no time around.
That's something that you do not want to do, is walk on eggshells. It make you uneasy. It's like every day you waking up, are you gonna leave me, or are you gonna hurt me? Or
Right.
what's your next? That'll drive somebody completely crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. They wondering, well, what is he going to do to me? The woman ain't doing nothing. The man just beating on her. What is he going to do to me next? He might kill me. In the back of their mind, I'm sure that they thinking of that all the time. And, women don't want to be in relationships like that. I'm sure that a lot of women, don't wake up and want to be in a domestic violence situation, but a lot of them are very fearful of the consequences if they try to leave. A lot of them are fearful of what the man may do if they find them. Your family might rat out on you. You can't really run to your family if they know your family. So then who do you turn to? A lot of them are in that kind of a situation like that. They don't know who to run to. They don't know who to turn to, because their family may give them in.
Yep, you're right. Sharon Jersey Girl says, fornication is the problem. God set certain laws in place, and when you violate, there is consequences. God created sex for married people only. I agree with that, Sharon. I really agree. We just actually got through talking about marriage and sex and all that stuff, and how people are being judged about married and having sex. We just actually was talking about that, what you putting up there. I'm trying to get y'all questions up here. Cajun Girl says, I love me and my baby. That's all I need.
Right. I mean, I don't blame her,
Yeah.
Take your time.
Shantae said, if there is a woman on here tonight that's going through abuse, it is okay to seek help in a safe place. Yeah, that's just true. If y'all need help, go seek some help You know, you also can talk to Miss Midnight while she's on here. You know, she can help and talk with you through some things as well as I can talk to you with some things. But you know, she know more than I know, and I can try to help her if she don't know some things. So we kind of actually just trying to help one another.
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is that I was in a shelter doing some volunteering for this shelter, and it was a domestic violence shelter. And I know that women go through this, but what I saw was appalling because most of the women that was in that shelter, they were elderly women. And I'm just like, wow,
Mm.
really? I'm like, these women
Talking
need to
about
be
going through
celebrating
abuse,
retirement.
talking about going through abuse.
In a domestic violence shelter. Yeah, these were
What?
mid-aged women in their 50s and up. I'm just like, these women should be celebrating retirement. Who's
Exactly.
who's
Wow.
putting these older women through this crap?
This world just done got off. I just kind of feel like if a man ever put his hand on a woman, they lesser than a man. They weak.
Yeah, that's a cowardly move because a man should be able to walk away. I don't care how much mouth this woman may have and what she's saying. You should not be to the point where you are at that mad and you're that extreme to where you're going to kill a woman, or you're that extreme to where you're going to hurt a woman in front of her children. That's not right. That's not a man. A man that's not going to do that. Not no real man. He's
That's
going to walk
right.
away.
Mm-hmm.
It just really burns me. I just don't like to see that kind of a situation with women, because
Yeah.
it's a personal thing because I know people personally who've been through this and people who didn't even make it out, you know. So
That's a sad situation. Um, Leslie Hill says graveyard love means if your mate cannot have you, no one else will.
that's what I was saying. That's why I said some men is so psychotic because some men don't care. That's kind of what I was saying at first. I said, grave. So she explained it. That's a man that don't care if you even have a cover up, man. That's the kind of man that
Wow.
don't matter that he don't care. He gonna do whatever he needs to do to harass you and that man, and he's gonna do it by all means, no matter if you do have another man in your life. That's a psychotic man. That's a psychotic man.
So,
Run from those.
so Miss Midnight, do you think by people having mental health issues, they choosing the wrong guys?
Not all the time because what I would if somebody is getting help through their struggles with their mental illnesses, it's not, I'm not going to say that they're going to pick the wrong guy because if somebody can guide them in the right way and actually teach them about self-love and teach them that the things that you've been through with guys before is not something that you want, especially if this is what you're saying that you don't want to deal with in your life before or never again, then they may go out there and choose the right man. But those kind of women may take time before they choose their mate. They may take time. They may take time before they even choose to date again. So, I mean, because a lot of women, I just feel like a lot of women who've been through things in their life with men or been through things in general, they should not be so quickly to go out here and just pick up the next man. A lot of women are fearful of even dealing with a man behind being in domestic violence situations. A lot of men be like, a lot of women be like, I'm going to be single forever because I don't trust men. And I know every man is not like that. But a lot of these women feel like I don't want to even trust to get to know a man because, a lot of men play pretend in the beginning and then they try to show you their true colors in the meantime. A lot of them do that too. So a lot of women just would rather be alone to have a peace. They don't want to deal with nobody. They want to just have a peace of mind and it's just them where they ain't got to worry about that. A lot of women are fearful to deal with men when they've been through stuff, especially if they already dealing and battling with mental illnesses, because some of them have illnesses afflicted by a man, case in point, domestic violence. Some of them been raped by men, like things like that. It just put women in the mind frames to where they afraid to even deal with a man, period. And some of them just deal with women, some of them may turn the other way, but and deal with women, but a lot of them be afraid.
Hello, Miss Watkins. Welcome, hon.
A lot of them are really afraid. And I can't say that I blame them because I would recommend for somebody to take their time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they really need to do is just like you saying, they need to find their peace. Just get peace, find out when you come out of a relationship, find yourself again. If you're coming out of a relationship that was horrible, don't just jump into something else just because you're feeling lonely and feel like don't nobody love you or you can't get nobody, because that's a lie. Everybody, God has something for everybody if we just only just be patient and
Right.
wait on the
In
Lord.
due time, yes, in due time you
You know.
will have the one that you want to be with, and God, that's
Mhm.
intended. God made intended for you to be with. You know, that will come. A lot of people don't have patience though. So that's a lot of things that people lack. They don't have patience for. They want things right now. Gotta have it at this moment. You know, they want it like that. And especially if they're looking around seeing other people happy, you know, sometimes
Mhm.
women get that impression too, that everybody around them seem happy. They all have mates, they all have husbands, and they're lonely. And so they just feel like to fit in with the crowd, they want to just be with somebody just to be able to say they have someone. And you know, sometimes that just don't work, and sometimes it does. Now some women may get out of a bad relationship and end up finding somebody who is right for them, but that's just a catch-22. It don't happen like that with everybody.
Mhm. Yeah. Miss Midnight, like when you're dealing with an angry male and you dealing with that person being just angry, do you think that they can get help?
I think it can, as long as, I want to say, as long as the anger is not towards the woman. I hope he's not, you know, physically putting in physical infliction on a woman. But yeah,
So
man, also,
let me ask you this question for somebody out there that needs help in that area, and they may not just want to come up and say it. If a man is angry towards a woman and he's showing it, but he's saying he need help, what do you require for that woman to do?
hmm, well, I mean, I will require for the woman to get him some help. I will require for the woman to get him help. Now, again, if he's showing this woman signs of anger and it's hurting her physically, then she needs to move around and he needs to find help. Because, like I said, that's going to turn into a physical. She's going to become a battered woman if he's going to do that. Because if he's not getting help, that's going to be a problem. And I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't recommend her to stay if it's physical towards her. But sometimes men deal with things differently and deal with other things differently than us. Just because they show anger doesn't mean that they're going to harm us. So if he's not harming her, but he's having signs of anger, get him help so he can sit down and talk to somebody to see why he's so angry. But also try to figure out why he's so angry. I mean, what is it? What is it? You know, because with men, sometimes men don't know how to treat women right because they don't have they never had motherly figures in their life. So
Oh yeah,
sometimes that's the
yeah.
problem with men.
And you know what, too? And I'm glad you say that, because that's why a lot of women get into these relationships, because they have not been loved. And then when these men come and show them all this love and this affection, and then when they really get to know that person, then they really see that man's true color. Then they thinking that man love them, but all the time he don't, because he's hurting you. That's not love. If a man hurts you, that is not, y'all. Is a love is love. Love do not hurt. Just like Miss Midnight said, it does not hurt at all. If you love somebody, you love them. You're not gonna sit there and hurt somebody that you supposedly love.
You know,
Miss Watkins, she said that's how I feel, like no one wants me. But why do you feel that way, Miss Watkins?
right? Like, why do you feel that way?
I mean, why do you feel like don't nobody wants you? Because you seem like you was a really nice person when you came on. Y'all could come on. I put the comment stream thing at the bottom of the comment box. So if y'all want to come up, you could come up and speak to Miss Midnight. We fixing to get ready to cut it off in just about 15 more minutes. Why do you feel that way, Miss Watkins? If you want to come up, you can come up and talk. You're more than welcome. This is your time, because Miss Midnight, she here tonight, and she asking everybody the question. It's been good tonight. I done learned a whole lot tonight. And I'm so glad she described that bipolar stuff with me. God, I'm so glad. So whatever you need to talk with Miss Watkins, you can come up and talk with her. Okay, she said, because I see everyone around me with someone, but I don't have anybody.
But it's patience, you know. Just be, I'm gonna tell you, just be patient. I know sometimes that's hard because I see a lot of women that do that, you know, and that feel that way that you do. They feel that they have husbands, and you go around them and you feel like, why nobody don't want me? But it's not you, you know. In due time, your time will come. But just be glad and grateful that you don't have to deal with the other mess with all these men. In due time, you will have the person that God intended for you to have in your life, and you're gonna be very happy with that individual. So just wait it out and have some patience. You know, your time is gonna come. It really is. It's gonna come. You're not gonna be lonely, because I know a lot of us don't want to be lonely, and I want to recommend, because I think the Bible wants man with a wife. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, nobody should be lonely. That's not the way God intended for us to be lonely.
Good
you
night,
know, but in due time, just wait, you know, just have patience for it, you know, so that you get the right man. You know, you don't want just any man. You want the right man. You want the right man that's going to treat you right, and that's going to appreciate everything about you, and it's going to treat you as such. You know, you just don't want any man. That's the thing of it.
Yep. Because whenever God sends you somebody, He gonna send them to stay. They're not gonna never leave. And that's what people fail to realize, is that when God sends you somebody, He gonna send you the person that's gonna truly love you, and y'all gonna be together till the day you die. And now, you know, a lot of us wish that we would have just waited on God, but a lot of us made mistakes. Trisha said, I agree with y'all. Can you please come back, Miss Midnight, because you are a blessing to the chat.
Oh, definitely. I'll come back again.
She said she'll come back. So you guys, good night, Carmela. Does anybody have any more questions for Miss Midnight? Because I know we probably don't wore her out tonight, honey.
That's all right.
We really enjoyed you tonight, Miss Midnight. I mean, you really helped me in a lot of areas. There's some things that I asked you. I really appreciate it. Y'all don't, please go and subscribe to her page, y'all. Y'all go get her subscribers up. Her channel name is is it Midnight Crew?
Yeah,
that's her channel name.
The Midnight Crew. Yeah. And you know what? I just feel like this. You know, a lot of people don't like to hear stuff like this that we're talking about tonight, because they feel like this is kind of boring stuff. But this is stuff that people need to spend more time talking about. You know, I think people need to spend more time talking about, like, issues that other people are experiencing and going through, because it's going to help somebody out. You know, that's why I say, you know, I care less of who's watching what I'm putting on there, but this is what God said for me to do. He said for me to spread awareness and touch somebody, and whether people are watching that or not, I'm going to continue to spread my awareness on that, because I'm big on mental health issues. I'm big on everybody knowing where your status is as far as your emotional being and your mental health, your mental wealth, and all of that. You know, all of that combines together. So just make sure that y'all stay in tune with how you feel on a daily. Stay in tune with your emotions. Stay in tune with sorting your emotions. Never bottle emotions up. If you even have to talk to yourself, talk in your house, talk in your space. You know, never let negative energy overwhelm you to where it's going to take you to a place of depression, just kind of just watch out for things like that, and watch out for the individuals around you, because some individuals are preying on your downfall. Everybody is not supposed to go on a journey in life with you, and you have to depict between those individuals to figure out who it is going to be in your life and who it's not, because everybody is not rooting for everybody to win. And that's just sad. Those around you, they seem like they happy for your success. They seem like they happy for your blessings, but they are envious of you behind your back. So we need to just realize about our energy that we bring around us, like our company.
I'm so glad that you came on, Miss Watkins, because I knew and I felt it in my spirit that that's what you was depressed about on some things, not only what we was talking about earlier, but she said this is one of the things that had been having her depressed, is being lonely. That's what we've been actually talking about, haven't we, Miss Midnight?
Yes, we have.
So I knew it was somebody that was really needed to hear this. So Miss Watkins, don't be alone, because it's a lot of people. Just because we are married, my heart goes out to you, lonely guy, to the one that's lonely. It's gonna come, it's gonna happen. You just got to, like she said, just wait and just be patient and trust, because you don't want nobody just to come just because you're just lonely. You just want to be with somebody because you're lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how that feeling is, seeing other people going out, holding hands, all these holidays, Valentine's coming up and stuff like that. And a lot of people go through a lot of depression at that time, but you just can't, let yourself get into that state of depression. Just say, look, I am love. And, God loves you. And the people that's around you, they love you. Your kids love you. So you got to just know that, hold on. Your time is going to come, because, like the Bible said, what shall be first shall be last, and what shall be last shall be first. So if you always the last person, get ready, because you're going to be the first person. God ain't forgot about you. He know everything what you need at the right exact timing is in God's timing.
Correct. Just date yourself right now. That's how you should look at that right now. Don't feel lonely. Date yourself. Take yourself out. Do things with yourself. Make yourself feel good. Just date yourself right now until the right one comes along. That's what all you need to do is date yourself.
Sharon Jersey Girl says, Watkins family, to you is to seek first the kingdom and his. And that's correct too. When you seek God, God gonna give you whatever you need, hon. So you just continue to just seek God. Shantae said, when waiting on God, you must do this to fulfill your purpose by yourself first. While fulfilling your purpose, God is working on your behalf, and your mate will be soon to come. Just hold on.
Exactly. I agree. That's why I said you need to just date yourself, honey. Date yourself right now. Just date yourself. Your time will come.
Trish said, yes, I agree with Miss Midnight. When I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, God blessed me with my current boyfriend I have now. Thank you for helping me feel better about myself.
Yeah, because some women do end up, not all, it's sometimes it don't always end up a bad outcome when somebody is done with someone else and then they date someone. It might be the man for them, but I just would recommend for people to, if you are in a relationship with somebody previously and you're getting out of that and it was kind of toxic, just give yourself a little bit of time for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself the time you need to just elaborate on things that just went on in your previous relationship, and give yourself that time so that you do not have to worry about those mistakes in the next relationship. We do not want to keep on making patterns. We got to break the generational curses, and we got to teach our girls that. And I have
that's powerful. That's powerful. The generational curses. That is.
Yes. I got
maybe that could be another topic of the generational curse.
Right.
Wow, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna let Miss Midnight close this out tonight, and whatever she gonna close it out, I'm gonna end the broadcast when she get through talking. Thank you so much again, Miss Midnight, for coming on to talking with us, females. It was a male in here, but I think he had left. It was the hubby, the hubby man. So we just really want to thank you tonight. I'm gonna let you close out with whatever you have to say and encourage our hearts on tonight. And whenever she get through speaking, you guys, I'm gonna end the broadcast, and we'll meet up again in another time. Me and Miss Midnight, I'm pretty sure we'll keep contacting our email. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel, which is called Midnight Crew. And I'm gonna give her the floor, and she's gonna end the broadcast with the encouragement words.
I thank you all for allowing me to come on and speak with you. Thank you, Miss J. I just want to say to you all, just make sure you cover your peace in everything you choose to do. You know, life is full of choices, and a lot of things that we choose to go through, we don't have to go through. We can make the choice to say no to certain things. We can make the choice to say yes to our peace. So I just encourage all of you guys to, if you having feelings that you're feeling like you're falling into depression, if you're having feelings where you're feeling like you're down, if you're having feelings where you're feeling unsure, if you're having feelings of doubt, you know, never worry about things like that. It's always room for things to worry about that later. Worry about self-reflection. Self-reflection is very important. So I'm just encouraging all of you to watch for signs of depression. Watch for that for yourself. Watch for that for your loved ones. Watch for that for your children. And always choose peace over everything. And I thank you all. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Sheila Dukes, or you can follow me on my YouTube page, Midnight Crew, on IG, Miss Mid to the Night. And I thank you all for having me. Have a good night.